Hello, and welcome to yet another episode of A Couple of Switch, where today, let's just say, we do have a lot to talk about. Like I said in the previous Patamon video, link in the description, I was already planning to do a follow-up because there's a lot more spectacular combos I want to show off with him. The only thing I wanted to do before I did that though was for the new Angemon, Seraphimon and TK to be revealed, so I could do all of them properly. And now here they are, and let me tell you, I never expected them to make Angemon a secret rare, and a damn good one at that. Like, Bandai are really leaning into the Vaccine Angel Tribal, and I'm all for it. And when I say I have a lot to talk about today, trust me. This video is probably going to be one of my longest combo videos thus far. So I would actually really appreciate the support, because this could have probably been 2-3 videos. So in a sense, I'm going to do a deep analysis of all the new cards while doing some combos with the new Seraphimon, 4 Great Dragons, Kentaurosmon, and some perhaps more spicy things. So let's get into it. So let's start with a simple one. We're on the play, we'll hatch BT14 Tokamon, we'll evolve Tokamon into Patamon for 0, draw. And then we'll do what's probably the best first turn play we can do with this deck. TK Takahashi for a cost of 3, the new one from BT14, doing his own play effect. By adding the top card of your security stack to your hand, you may place one yellow card with vaccine trait from your hand at the bottom of your security stack. So we'll take the top card from our security, then we'll reveal BT14 Angemon and putting it at the bottom of our security. And yes, since we added a card to our security stack, we can immediately suspend him to gain 1 memory, which is just nuts. And the craziest part is actually this is all we need to do to be able to turbo into a level 6 next turn. And I know I said that in the first video as well, but with all of the new synergies, we can actually do it even more efficiently and using less resources. So our opponent will put us at 1, we'll unsuspend and we'll draw. Let's push the beautiful little Pataboy 4th to make the insanity begin. We will activate his start of your main phase effect. Look at your security stack. You may Digivolve Patamon into a yellow Digimon card with the vaccine trait among them without paying its cost. If Digivolve by this effect, you may place 1 yellow card with the vaccine trait from your hand at the bottom of your security stack. And we do actually have a lot of usage targets here, but for this combo we're going to choose the Angemon. We'll shuffle. And since we Digivolve by this effect, we can put a Digimon with the vaccine trait at the bottom of our security, and we will be choosing Ophanimon Fall Down mode. Yeah, she's vaccine, I don't know why, should be virus, but here we are. Now both Patamon and Tokamon will trigger, so we'll gain a memory, draw a card, and since we did add a card to our security, we can also tap the TK to gain another memory. So it's actually pointless to choke this deck if you got this great of a start. We've Digivolved into a level 4, probably one of the best in the entire game by this point, and gain 2 memory and card advantage. It's nuts that they're actually letting us do this. So Angemon. What does this guy do? He is a secret rare after all. He can Digivolve for 2 from a Patamon, which is very nice. And he's got some very flavorful effects for those who watched the first season of the Digimon Adventure. When he attacks, by deleting this Digimon, activate one of the following effects. Either we place one of our opponent's Digimon with the virus trait at the bottom of our opponent's security, or one of your opponent's Digimon gains 5000 DP minus for the turn. Yes, that's a built-in chaos degradation for virus Digimon. And let me tell you, there are some pretty juicy virus targets that we can remove with that effect. So not only can he be used to just immediately clean the board of any rookie low DP level 4 on the board very early on. And remember, we actually went into Angemon for free while gaining memory and card advantage, and then we can just immediately remove something. That, or like literally a Defex, or a Machine Ramon, or a Belzemon with the Balmon effect turned on. Like, that's just bonkers. And not only that, Angemon also has an on-deletion effects. On-deletion. Place this card at the bottom of your security stack. Then, if you have a Tamer, you may hatch a Digia to your breeding area. So just to demonstrate, we can essentially swing before Angemon hits any target. We'll place the Defex under our opponent's security, then he dies, and you essentially recover 1 with his card, and then you hatch a new egg. For you to immediately go into a new Patamon, and next turn you can evolve into him again. Absolutely incredible, but let's move on. What I'm currently seeing right now in all of the brewing that's going on, people just going absolutely crazy over all of these new cards. One of the things people are really arguing about is what kind of level 5s we're supposed to play in this deck. Of course we're gonna play the Ace Magna, like that's a given, but what else are we supposed to play? Like in BT14, we are going to get a new Angewoman that's going to have a very synergistic effect along with this deck, so whatever's coming out is going to make all of this so much better. But for now, one of the other level 5s we can play that does have a decent effect is EX1 Magna Angemon for free. Draw. I actually played Angel Tribal back in EX1 when it came out, and I loved it. It was so much fun, and people really didn't care about these cards when it came out, but finally do have some kind of purpose. Magna Angemon does have a, when attacking, if you have 3 or more security cards, this Digimon gains 4000 DP until the end of your opponent's next turn. Meaning that if he swings, he survives and we evolve into a level 6, it will be pretty hard for opponents to hit over him. But instead, we're going to use the option card, Messenger of Hope, for 1. Doing its effect, look at your security stack. One of your Digimon may default into level 6 or lower yellow Digimon card with vaccine trait among them without paying the cost. Then shuffle your security. If your Digimon default with this effect and you have a Tamer with Tiki Takahashi in its name, recover 1. So let's take a look. And yeah, I think the Ophanimon fall down mode for 1 cost sure sounds incredibly good. We'll draw for evolution. Since we digivolve with this effect, we will recover 1. Then Ophanimon effect, when digivolving, we only have yellow sources, so we'll recover 1. But Magna Angemon inheritable, when a card is added to your security stack, will gain 1 memory, going back to 0. All of these new cards truly give this deck such incredible tempo, because we are already at 6 security and we have a very scary level 6 on the board. And I truly think people are overlooking Ophanimon fall down mode in the new Angemon deck. Like the synergy Ophanimon fall down mode has with specifically the new Angemon secret rare is kind of disgusting. So like, let's say for example that the Ophanimon will swing into our opponent's security and she dies. But truly, is it really that bad? Because we'll activate Angemon's on deletion effect. Place 1 yellow card with the vaccine trait from your hand at the bottom of your security stack. So let's put Leomon there. Now we're at 7 securities, and then we'll proc Ophanimon's on deletion effect. We can play out 1 level 4 or lower yellow or purple Digimon for free. And yeah, playing out the Angemon is just truly disgusting. Because let's say all of this interaction technically took place on our opponent's turn. They deleted the Ophanimon, we recover 1. Then she spits out the Angemon, and when he dies, he recovers himself into the security. Like, even for me, I think that's a bit too much. So the Ophanimon fall down mode should probably be the secondary mega in your Angemon deck because of this reason. And yeah, if you do not want to spit out the Angemon from her, you could technically spit out the Patamon instead. And if your opponent has no way to interact with Patamon on their next turn, like you're 100% sure they won't remove it, then you can actually place with the Angemon's on deletion effect, the Digimon Patamon will evolve on the start of your next main phase, which is just crazy. So on to the next one. Yet again we're on the play. Let's hatch a Tokamon. Yet again going into the cute little fat boy Patamon. Draw a card. Then let's play TK Takahashi for 4. In my opinion, I think this is a very Tamer heavy deck for a very good reason. Because a lot of the effects in this deck are very Tamer dependent, both the Angemon and the Messenger of Hope, which, let me tell you, is going to be a 4-off in this deck. Because without the TK Takahashi, we cannot recover when using this effect. And there's also another great use with the TKs. Like, it really does enable this deck to get so incredibly consistent. Because we're not only getting out a memory tamer, we're manipulating our security and giving ourselves information that we need to win the game. So let's take a look. We can take any card, but if we take a yellow card, we can recover 1. Because now we technically know what's going to happen the next turn when we see this. And you know what I think is just absolutely crazy? Is the fact that people do not want to play GeoGreymon in this deck. Like, I think this card is so good. Especially if we play 2 places of TK. But yeah, let's take the Angemon to hand. Since it was yellow, we'll recover 1. Shuffle. Yeah, whatever our opponents does on their first turn, we're going to probably end up at our free memories. We'll draw for turn. We'll promote Patamon. Let's do his effect. And yeah, I already know what a pretty good target for this effect is, and that is GeoGreymon. Draw for evolution. Shuffle. Then we'll place at the bottom of our security Seraphimon. Tokamon. Draw, Patamon, gain a memory, and immediately GeoGreymon, when digivolving, search your security stack and reveal 1 red or yellow Tamer card and play it without playing its memory cost. If you played a card with this effect, recover 1. And as we saw, we had a TK Takahashi in there. We'll recover 1 and then shuffle. Now to trigger TK Takahashi's own play, let's take the top card. And let's put Angemon BT8 at the bottom of our security. Now, we won't tap the TK for reasons that you will know later, but this is pretty much the reason why you played GeoGreymon, since not only is it pretty insane to evolve into GeoGreymon from the security, then playing out a Tamer from security for free, like the chance of having a Tamer in there when we play 8 TKs is pretty high. And GeoGreymon is also a great target to use just from your hand if you don't happen to have any level 4s in your security, since he will proc the effect to recover 1 if you find a Tamer in there, to gain a memory and draw a card. Now, I'm not actually suggesting this to be the play. I certainly know this isn't the best card in the universe, but GeoGreymon will evolve into Angemon from EX1 for free, drawing a card. I just absolutely love this card. This was the darling in my Angel Tribal, because I just love her effect. When attacking, if you have 3 or more security cards, one of your opponent's Digimon and all of your opponent's security Digimon get minus 3000 DP for the turn. Getting this girl out early and then just removing a rookie, then smashing into your opponent's security, and she does minus it, so the chance of her surviving is actually pretty great. And I do actually have one problem with the Ace Magna Angemon, since he has overflow. Which is the reason why we didn't pick him from the security. Because if our Digimon dies, we lose free memory. And I think that's a very steep price to pay so early on in the game. The ace cards are meant to digivolve for free on your opponent's turn to disrupt whatever they're doing. But if we're not disrupting our opponent, is it really the best target for evolution? I don't really think so, because if we smash into our opponent's security with a level 6 Digimon for 2 checks, for example, and he dies, and we lose free memory, and then we immediately pass turn because of that. That isn't really good. But just to prove why I really love Angemon so much, let's say for example that our opponent has a Defex on board, or any 15k Digimon for that matter. How would we effectively deal with that without risking the overflow from Magna Angemon? And I've actually come up with this little combo here, which I really love. So we'll hit into our opponent's security, doing Angewoman's effect when attacking. We'll do minus 3000 to their 15k Digimon, so it's at 12k currently. We'll do minus 3000 DP to our opponent's security as well. And while look at that, Angewoman survives into the security. Thank God for that, it would have been very inconvenient for my combo otherwise. So let's play the Messenger of Hope from our hand for 1 cost, doing its effect. Look at our security. We'll evolve Angewoman into Seraphimon for free. We'll draw for evolution, shuffle, and we'll recover 1. And now on to Seraphimon. Seraphimon when digivolving effect. Just a simple recover 1, just like the old one, but he does have some great new things upon that. All turns once per turn. When a card is added to your security stack, one of your opponent's Digimon gets 7000 DP minus and gets security attack +1 for the turn. That's such a good upgrade to the old Seraphimon, being able to dish out more damage. So I'm so thankful for them printing this card. So we'll do another 7000 DP minus to Defex, or whatever 15k Digimon our opponent has on their field. So it only has 5000 DP less. But Angemon also has an inheritable your turn effect once per turn. When a card is added to your security stack, one of your opponent's Digimon gets 2000 minus DP for the turn, making it so that our opponent's Digimon only has 3000 DP left. Which means, since we recovered 1, we can tap the TK to gain a memory, and then Geo-Greymon's effect will proc. When your red or yellow Tamer becomes suspended, you may delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less, meaning that yes, this combination of Digimon can actually kill a 15k Digimon in 1 turn, which is honestly pretty impressive. But now let's say we didn't actually do that. We didn't tap the TK and we didn't attack with the Angewoman. Instead, we've just done a total of 9000 DP minus, recovered 1, which is still really good, considering that pretty much takes out any level 5, because now instead, the Seraphimon can swing for 2 checks into our opponent's security. Yellow isn't known for its protection. Yellow has 0 protection. Our protection is our security. We recover via manipulate, that's our defense, but our Digimon has no defense. We can actually do something with the Seraphimon, which will really make it so our opponent doesn't really want to kill him. We can actually evolve Seraphimon into ShadowSeraphimon for a cost of 1, drawing a card for evolution. Now ShadowSeraphimon is a truly disgusting card that comes out soon in the English format in EX4. As you see, it can digivolve for 1 upon a Seraphimon, but it also has opponent's turn. When one of your securities are removed, you de-digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon by 1 stage, which will truly make them not want to hit into there with their big stack. He also has the effect that on deletion we recover 1, and then one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4000 DP for each security we have. So let's say that our opponent swings into our ShadowSeraphimon here with their big stack. He will die, triggering his on deletion effect. Will recover 1, meaning that will do minus 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28,000 on our opponent's Digimon. I guess the only problem with the ShadowSeraphimon is the fact that, well, firstly, he's a virus Digimon. We cannot use the Messenger of Hope to go into him, but we can pick him up with the old TK if he's on the top of our security with the new TK, and the EX3 Patamon can search him up. He's been errated. He can search up for a yellow card with Seraph in his trait. So it might seem a bit bricky, but he does work in the deck if you want him to be your secondary mega. Like, he's a really good card that your opponent does not want to kill, which then actually increases the chance of you keeping your stack to your next turn. And speaking of EX3 Patamon, let's talk about 4 Great Dragons. They're actually making a return, crazily enough. They revealed this absolutely phenomenal Goldramon, which I love. I freaked out when I saw this card. So good. And not only that, in EX05 they are going to come out with a Ace Azulong, which is hopefully very good. I'm certainly going to enjoy playing that Ace Azulong out for free with the trial of the 4 Great Dragons, and at the end of our opponent's turn, when it gets deleted, I lose free memory, continuing our opponent's turn. Yeah, that's probably gonna be silly, but yeah, I love 4 Great Dragons, so I'm incredibly happy that they're making a return, and Patamon is such a great inclusion in the deck. While we still have a long way to go before 4 Great Dragons is truly competitive deck, this is such a good start to that, so let's just hope for, like, God's sake, Bandai, please. This is such a great start, keep going. But let's see what we can do with what we have right now. We'll hatch Tokamon, going into Patamon for 0, draw. Then we'll play TK for free, doing its effect, taking top to hand, then putting Vidramon at the bottom of our security. And when the turn shifts back, we'll draw for turn, we'll promote Patamon, triggering its start of main phase effect. We'll obviously choose the Vidramon, drawing for evolution, shuffle, then we'll reveal Garamon to put at the bottom of our security. Tokamon draws a card, Patamon gains us a memory. We want to choke our opponent at 1 here, so we'll choose not to tap the TK. Vidramon, when Digimon effect, reveal top 4 cards of your deck, add 1 yellow card with Dramon in its name and 1 card with 4 Great Dragon in its trait among them to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. So we'll choose Goldramon as our Dramon, and trials of the 4 Great Dragons since it got 4 Great Dragon in its traits. Then we'll just evolve Vidramon into Angemon for free, putting our opponent to 1, draw, effect. If you don't have a trial of the 4 Great Dragons in play, place 1 from your hand in your battle area. So let's place the one we got with the Vidramon. Angemon, your turn, once per turn, when you play a Digimon with 4 Great Dragons in your trait or place a 4 Great Dragons in your battle area, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3000 DP. So if our opponent played a little dude on their first turn, it's now gone. Now, hopefully, our opponent can't interact with our board state as long as we start our turn at whichever memory our opponent likes us to start with untouched. We are able to do some pretty funny stuff this turn. Draw, hatch, Tokamon. Let's crack the trials of the 4 Great Dragons to proc its effect. We can play 1 card with 4 Great Dragons in its trait from our hand without paying any cost. So with that effect, we're going to play out BT14 Goldramon, which have an on play and when digivolving effect. Play out 1 Crimson Flame and 1 Blue Thunder token. They're both 6000 DP Digimon tokens, the red one having Rush and the blue one, or the yellow one, Blocker. And let me tell you, this is such a significant upgrade to whatever 4 Great Dragons was doing before, because now we have, since of the Vidramon effect, Goldramon got Rush, And our token over here got rush as well. So that means we immediately have 1-2 damage on our opponent's security while having a blocker back. But I wanna thank my significant other for the suggestion for this combo, because I think this is actually super funny. Like really cool. So from our hand, we're going to play Tactical Retreat targeting our Goldramon. We'll place it at the top of our security. The tokens will die because he leaves the battlefield. Patamon, Tokamon, and TK will see that. A card, gain a memory, tap, gain a memory. And now we can use Messenger of Hope from our hand for 1 cost to evolve Angemon into the Goldramon that we put on top. And I don't know, I just find that entire interaction super cool. We'll draw for evolution and we'll recover 1. And look at that. The tokens are back. So we'll do the 3rd and then 4th damage this turn. Like, if you compare this to the earlier versions of 4 Great Dragons, this is just pure insanity. We just did 4 checks from pretty much out of nowhere. When we have a blocker as well, like, it's honestly pretty good. Like, we're already threatening lethal, and the older version of 4 Great Dragons had no shot of doing this at all. Now, there's one little cool interaction I want to note as well, because I very early on wanted to try to play with the Alice McCoy in the 4 Great Dragon, because her effect does have some really good synergy with the deck. When one of your Digimon would digivolve from level 5 to level 6, you may delete one of your Digimon to reduce that devolution cost by 3. Meaning that if we crack the trials to play out the Goldramon and its little elemental dudes, doing our damage first, 1, 2. If the Goldramon were to survive, we could do this. We're going to declare and Digivolution from Angemon into Goldramon. Now we could kill one of our tokens to do this, but that would pass turn. So instead we'll actually delete the Goldramon, which kills the tokens, to evolve Angemon into Goldramon for 1 cost. But Goldramon's all-turn effect, when this Digimon would digivolve or would leave the battle area, delete all of your tokens. If you deleted Goldramon with one of your effects, we can recover 1. And we certainly did delete him with the Alice McCoy effect, so we'll recover 1. Tokamon, Patamon, and TK will see that, so we'll draw 1. Gain a memory, tap, gain a memory, and the tokens are back. Like, it isn't perfect, but like I said, the fact that they're going out of their way to print this amazing Goldramon and a Sulong Ace in EX05 does give me the hope that they will give us better level 4s and better level 5s that will be able to keep the tempo up in this deck. Like, maybe even another kind of Trials of the 4 Great Dragons, and I look forward to any if they just give us anything good for it. Now, this is my favorite combo I've come up for this video, but we have to start out a little bit different for it to work. Our opponent is at 4 security, we are as well, so we pretty much already swung into our opponent's security with the Angemon, and we've resetted the board. So we'll promote the Patamon, activating its effect, evolving him into the Angemon, and placing Jijimon at the bottom of our security. Tokamon and Patamon, draw a card, gain a memory. We'll evolve Angemon into Seraphimon from BT14 for a cost of 3. Draw a card, and for anyone that are not in the know, Seraphimon, along with a lot of new Digimon in BT13 and forward, has this new keyword called Barrier. When this Digimon would be deleted in battle, by trashing the top card of your security stack, prevent that deletion. Now we'll swing Seraphimon into our opponent's security, and we technically want it to die. So let's say it does, but we'll activate Barrier, so we'll trash the top security to make him survive. Then from our hand we'll play Messenger of Hope for 1, going to 0, doing its effect. We'll evolve Seraphimon into Jijimon for free, cover 1. Boop. Now Jijimon is a very interesting addition to BT14, which actually has a very interesting effect. On play when digivolving, you may place one Tamer card from your hand on the top of your security stack. All turns, once per turn, when your Tamer is played, you may play one level 3 Digimon from your hand without paying the cost. So let's do some funky business. Jijimon will recover Richard on the top of our security. We'll then proceed to play Blinding Ray. Effect, trash the top card of your security stack, then you gain 2 memory. So we'll trash Richard for the top of our security to gain 2 memory. But when Richard is trashed from our security by an effect, you may play this card without paying its memory cost. So we'll actually play him for free, triggering Jijimon's other effect. Now, Jijimon's ability is actually pretty powerful, considering that we recover a Tamer on top of our security, and then we could, for example, play out a Lucemon to recover 1 on our opponent's turn even, if they decide to smash into our security. But instead, we are going to play out Kudamon. This is a card I've seen many people put into their brewing list for BT14 Angemon, and yeah, I agree, it's a really good card. Since of its on-play effect, we reveal top 3 cards of our deck, add 1 yellow Digimon card with vaccine in its traits and 1 yellow Tamer card from among them to your hand. And yeah, since we do play a lot of Tamers in our Angel Tribal, this has a great chance of double hitting. So we'll reveal top 3. We'll take the Ophanimon and the Mirai to hand, the cat to the bottom. Since our opponent has 3 securities and we have 3 securities, we can activate Richard's effect. If there is a total of 6 or less cards in both players' security stack, by suspending this Tamer, one of your Kudamons can evolve into a Kentaurosmon from your hand for its cost. So we'll evolve Kudamon into Kentaurosmon for 5, going to free draw, doing its effect when digivolving and on play. If there's a total number of both securities are 6 or less, gain 3 memory, going back to 0, and reveal 1 card from your hand. If it's a yellow card, place it at the top of your security stack face down. We'll reveal from our hand Chaos Degradation, and we'll put it on top, which is incredibly disgusting. But yeah, we could also have likewise put a yellow Tamer on the top of our security to be played out on our opponent's turn, and Jijimon's effect would trigger again. And besides over that, we are not really concerned of Jijimon dying, since we can recover 1 with the Angemon effect, and we can on deletion play out a Kudamon from our hand or trash without paying its memory cost. So yeah, a lot of strange and good synergies here. It was pretty fun to come up with this. I do not know how viable, but the Kentaurosmon deck really does benefit from the Patamon, because it really makes the deck go very, very fast. Now, just one more thing before we sign off. There's actually one level 4 vaccine Digimon in the card game right now that is incredibly good. I suspect that not a lot of people are really thinking about when brewing BT14 Patamon, which actually doesn't really make very much sense, because it's honestly pretty broken when you think about it. So yeah, we'll promote Patamon out, activating a start of main phase effect, and we'll reveal the security. Rapidmon, yeah, so we'll evolve Patamon into Rapid. Drawing for evolution, recovering Angemon into our security, Tokamon draw, gain 1 memory, tap, gain 1 memory. Rapidmon when Digivolving effect. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon for each Tamer you have in play. Then up to 3 of your opponent's suspended Digimon gets minus 5000 DP for the turn. And yeah, we actually can evolve into Rapidmon. A great board clear. And not only that, if you can properly clear the board, and let's say we swing with the Rapidmon dies, we'll actually just armor purge. And if our opponent has nothing on board to deal with the Patamon, on our next turn, we'll just evolve for free again. Like, yeah, I actually think Rapidmon can work in this deck pretty good. Not as like a playset or anything, but certainly like 1 or 2 copies. Like we play a lot of Tamers, we can go into this dude for free, and he's got an amazing when Digivolving effect, and the fact that we can go down into the Patamon again to then further activate his start of main phase effect the next turn is just insane. But yeah, that's it for today. This took a lot of work, it's very late now. I've been sitting here for a long time, and I certainly hope it was worth all the work and that you enjoyed the content. What makes me be able to do all of this is because of you people. The people who show support and love for the things I make, leave comments, and just write the most lovely things for all of the stupid content I make for you guys, and it really makes me very happy. And hopefully I can continue doing that in the future, continue giving you guys good content that's both fun, entertaining, and hopefully learn to get better at the game. For any future suggestion for videos, please leave a comment down below, and always remember to leave a like, a subscribe, and have a very nice day now. Bye bye!